He's working. I need more lessons from you guys.
I'm available. Just let me know.
Okay, I will.
No, you should hit these guys up. We take turns on you. Okay, that sounds inappropriate.
So I guess the first kind of question that and there's no real like order or anything here. I guess like for some questions they'll be more directed to like a specific person, but I would say like especially towards the beginning and towards the end they're going to be kind of directed to everybody. When did you guys decide to main Falcon? And when you started playing, which Falcons were which Falcon players inspired you at the time?
By the way, sorry, before I'm going to cut you off. Yeah, we can answer questions and everything. I'll be your wingman always, but you got to remember, us Falcon players, we're kind of quiet people. So
yeah,
just got to guide us through these questions and
okay,
we'll
I'll
answer
guide you.
everything
Okay,
properly. You know what I mean?
I will guide you. Okay,
Yeah,
none you start then. When did you decide to main Falcon, and what Falcons inspired you? Did you have inspirations?
Come on, look, guest got to go first, but we'll give an example here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
You're the example. You're paving the way.
I started playing Falcon back in 06, back home. Inspiration was Money Mike, and
Really?
yeah, I mostly wanted to play Falcon because there's this dude back home. He was just spamming knee everywhere. I'm like, this guy's so cheap. Like, holy shit. Like, can he like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't impress me. And I played Ganon at the time. So like, I told him one weekend, you know what? I'm gonna come back on Monday. I'm gonna pick up your own same character, and I'm gonna beat you without knee. And yeah, that I foretold the future. That's pretty much how it happened. Then that kind of happened. Yeah.
The rest of y'all, you guys always main Falcon, right? Like you never started with like another character.
I started with Ganon.
You started with Ganon?
Yeah,
I started Ganon 06, and then like 2010, I was like, I want to play something fast, but not a space animal. Too hipster to play spacey.
Yeah, that's fair.
I play like Ganon, Luigi, Falcon, and I got like destroyed by Toph when I went like Luigi, so I just completely quit the character. Fucking cheat me.
Yeah, I did not know that, dude. Johnny, I remember the first time I saw you play was at a tournament called Pat's House in San Diego.
Yeah.
And I remember you like I don't think you did like super good. Like you weren't like a top SoCal player, but like you were definitely. I was like, oh, this guy's like
kind of coming up.
Yeah. And everyone was at that. Like I remember all NorCal went down. Like SFAT was there. Yeah. And that was a really sick tournament. And I feel like after that, it was that, and then it was like Genesis 2 was like right after that. And I remember at Genesis 2, you like got like top 16.
I got like 7th place. Yeah, I got top.
You got top 8. Holy yeah. And then I was like, well, damn, that guy got really good really fast. Wizzy, what about you? Did you always main Falcon from the start? I think you're interesting because you play such different characters in every Smash game.
I think Gahtzu remembers, right? The next level.
I do remember. Wizzy came to us wave shining with Fox.
Really? Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but I was gonna say, well, my first tournament, I played both, but I guess since it was like my first tournament, like I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh, I'll just play Fox. I don't know. Like I remember my first match ever. I played Falcon, and then I switched to Fox for the next game. And I think for like most of the rest of the tournament, I played Fox because I was just like nervous, and I was just like, maybe I'll just play the better character. But I played both, and then I remember me and Gahtzu, we had a talk about, because I wanted to main Falcon, I felt like, but I was kind of like a co-main, like a Falcon and Fox main. I played both. But eventually I decided, like I wanted to main Falcon, so eventually I just decided, okay, I'll just play Falcon in every matchup.
There was like a Hungry Buck story going. There was a Hungry Buck story going around about you and playing Fox. I think you said it on stream one time. I don't remember the details, but he did mention you playing Fox.
Yeah, I think, like I remember there's like a Orlando tournament, and like when everyone like noticed me and noticed my gameplay and stuff, I was playing Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think most people who were there probably like they're just like, oh, he's a Fox player, but I played Falcon in some of the sets, and then I think like the next tournament I was more of like half Fox, half Falcon. The whole time I wanted to main Falcon more. I remember like in the very beginning, like I couldn't do anything versus Spaceys as Falcon, so I would do like Fox versus Spaceys and then Falcon versus everyone else at some point. But yeah, eventually I wanted to main Falcon the whole time, so I just, all right, I'm gonna do it. So
yeah.
How do you, Wizzy? How do you pick what? Because when I first heard of you, it was your Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, and then I learned you had, you played Melee. I was like, oh, who does he play in Melee? And I was like, Falcon. I was like, what? And then I learned you played Yoshi in 64. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people they play similar characters in all their games, but I feel like you play really different characters. Is there like a trend, or is it really just random?
I guess it's kind of random. The one thing is, it's bad to play like the same character in multiple games. I feel like because it's already confusing to switch between games to begin with. So when you add a character with the same moveset on top of that, it gets even more confusing. So I try to play like a different character in each game to help keep it separate and distinct. And then on top of that, it's like it's more fun to play a new character every game anyways. Like I think that's more interesting than just playing this exact same moveset every game. So
Yeah, that's fair. Did you, Wizzy, when you, and obviously this is open to everybody as well. None said Money Mike. When you started, who were the big Falcons, and like did you have a favorite Falcon, or did you have a Falcon where like you wanted to watch all their videos, something like that?
I feel like it was kind of like in waves for me. Like when I very, very, very first started, like before I even went to my first tournament, it was like Isaiah. Isaiah was like the guy I watched. And then I watched some Silent Spectre. I watched Scar. And then like once I got into the tournament scene and I was like getting acclimated to the whole environment and all that, Hax was the main Falcon that I watched because I liked his style and like the way he played, and he was like the best Falcon at the time, or I think it was yeah. But yeah, I would say Isaiah was like the very first one, and then some Silent Spectre, some Scar, and then Hax.
How did the whole, for Gahtzu and for Wizzy, how did the whole 20GX movement, like, because obviously there was Gravy too, but how did you guys get linked up? How did you guys start streaming together? Like that whole kind of era, like how did that happen?
So it started on Smashboards where like there was a post about the best East Coast Falcons. I'm like, me, Wizzy, it's like hands down. And then Gravy came in talking about something, and I was like, dude, come to Florida. My quote was, we thirst for frauds. And then like Gravy gets a job at Target in Florida or something, and he moves there, and we just kick it. And he's got all these like wacko ideas, and I got a stream, and Wizzy's got a stream. So I'm just like, let's try this.
Let's try this out. I like the So here's something I really want to ask you guys, and I think this is really interesting because, back then, because obviously you guys all picked Falcon as your main back before, like I would say these days, people are like pretty up on Falcon. People are like, yeah, Falcon can beat like any character, right? Like, but back in the day, I remember, it was funny. There was this Reddit post that someone made back in 2016. This guy walked around Big House 6. Some of you guys might remember this because he interviewed a bunch of top players at Big House 6. So it was 2016, and he was asking everybody, who do you think are the characters that could solo win a major, right? And it was funny because back then, nobody said Falcon, including, and I think some of you guys were even there, and he might have even talked to some of you. But I would say now, like, that's kind of changed. So, like, what do you think changed there? And like, was that something that did you guys kind of feel in the back of your mind, like, no, this character can get it done, like, or were you more of a, because I'm good friends with Scar. Scar was always a doomer on it, and Scar was always like, man, at the end of the day,
I think I know where it comes from.
Really?
I think it was about like Hax was basically like leading the pack with Falcon during that era in like 2013, and it was kind of like if he couldn't do it, it felt like he kind of gave up on the character, and so it kind of just set a precedent, I feel like. And I feel like for like me and Gahtzu and Gravy, we saw potential, and like we kind of just always believed. Like that's what I think. Like I don't know what Gahtzu is thinking right now, but I feel like we always kind of like knew that Falcon had even more potential, so we kind of just kept pushing through.
Yeah, I think before 20GX2, I mean, it's like a fast character that hits hard. Like, gotta be good for something.
Yeah.
Winning a major, I guess.
That's how I always felt. I was like, dude, he's got a D that kills you at 60. Like, he can't be that bad. Like, You can't, Johnny. What do you think? Because I feel like you came from a different kind of. Obviously, you're like, well, you're the only West Coast person here, so.
No, I always thought Falcon was like pretty good. He's hard though, so like a lot of people like cry because they're not good enough. To be frank, like
yeah, no.
So they see hacks complaining, like Wizzy said, like they're like, oh yeah, so Falcon sucks. That's why I lost. So shit like that.
That makes sense.
But yeah, overall, I think Falcon's good. He's just tough, and you got to work a little harder than other top tiers. But he's good enough to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like there were specific like situations or like techniques, like in terms of gameplay stuff? You feel like do you guys feel like there was anything that like fundamentally changed about the way people played Falcon over the years? And it's kind of funny too when I think about this, because I do feel like there's so many little things that added up, but I don't know what was like the one tipping point or whatever.
So to me, it's like the pivots were a big thing. Like when I first found out you could like pivot consistently, I was just like, holy shit! Like I can dash and then like aerial at any point in the dash. That's crazy. So to me, I feel like consistent pivots really like evolved the character, and then shield dropping helps too, but the consistent pivots, dashbacks, and all that stuff.
How do you feel about that, N0ne?
It's just, yeah, it's like Gahtzu said. It's just a character that we've been able to adopt to the times. I don't know. I think most of the things that are happening is that like back then, you said you play Falcon. Oh yeah, you're pretty cool, but that's it. No one would say anything else. I was like, oh shit. Now people like respect Falcon a bit more. Like you can win with Falcon. Like, dude, that guy's good and he's sick. You know what I mean? It's like there's more respect on the character's name now.
Yeah, I remember, and it's funny because I feel like a lot of matchups too, like where
he was a meme character.
He was a meme character.
Yeah, he was a meme character.
There were some matchups that I felt like back in the day people really were doomers on, like Sheik back in the day. Dude, Johnny, I just remember that because I was talking to you about it at I think it was Battle of the Five Gods, and I remember you had that second round pool that was fucked, and it had 2 Sheiks in it, like Swedish and Plup or something, and you were like, oh no, this is terrible, and you were so bummed out. You saw your pool. I remember you were so upset about it, and I feel like it's funny now. I watch you against like, I don't know, literally any Sheik, like maybe Plup could beat you, but I feel like pretty much any other Sheik, I'm like, dude, I think Johnny's gonna win. So, like at 2016, it wasn't even that long ago, but yeah, did you put like a lot of thought into like that matchup, or what do you think changed?
I think a lot of it is, Falcon is actually like a really annoying tank if you can like CC and like not get comboed or gimps. So, I think defense as a whole got a lot better, like pioneered by, I'd say, Ed. Ed's like a CC game. For me, at least, it changed like the matchup a lot. So you can be like more aggressive too, and not be as afraid of like Sheik forward tilting you, for example. And I mean, Falcon can like fuck up Sheik like nothing too. You get one opening, you can just destroy Sheik. So that's tight. It's not too bad.
I've said this before, Toph, but I feel like he's a very analog character, and I mean, there's how many people of us pushing the character? 4 or 5? How many? I don't even remember the count. There's so many Falcons nowadays.
Yeah.
But so we all kind of like incorporate each other's stuff, So we have like a big set of tools now that we can just, you know what I mean? Like it's there's more options available to us, and I think that's what has pushed the character a lot, especially versus those hard matchups like Sheik. It's all about defense, yeah.
Did you yeah, it's the defense is big. I remember Wizzy, you were saying the same thing to me. We were talking about something, and you said something like, "Oh yeah, I was really impressed by like N0ne's crouch cancels." Is that like a common sentiment among the Falcons?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt like N0ne used crouch cancels in a way no one really used it before. I feel like it should be obvious because Falcon's kind of heavy, but no one really did it. So I think, like, I think when it comes to Falcon getting better as a character, like it kind of was like a bunch of small things adding up over time, and I think like N0ne especially, like I always felt like he added a lot of stuff that I never really thought of. So it's just like everyone's just like adding to this like collection of knowledge, and it just kind of makes a character better when you're able to implement everything.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. The something I want to talk about is like specific. Were there just kind of pivot the discussion a little bit? I want to talk about specific tournament moments for some of you guys that like I don't know. So I guess I'll start with like Wizzy for example, because I remember one of the big tournaments obviously that put you on the map in a major way was Optic Arena, and I remember watching that and being like so like I don't know. I was pretty mind blown. I was like, this is no one's ever played this style before and like had that kind of success. Was that like significant to you in any way? And like, how did that, or was it, or I don't know, like, was that just a day in the office for you? Because obviously that was the Hungrybox tournament, right?
Yeah, that was a great tournament. I mean, especially the defensiveness versus Hungrybox. Like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. That was just I mean, definitely winning that tournament put a lot of confidence in myself, and like, it was like the beginning of things to come, because that wasn't like a super major, but it was kind of like I guess a standard major or something. So that was like a really good win for Falcon, I felt like, and things just kept progressing from there. But that was definitely like a really big step in my journey.
You think of that matchup, when you have to fight HBox, like, do you feel like, you're still applying kind of the concepts that you used to beat him back then, or do you guys feel like that even that matchup has just changed a lot and it's not even similar to that anymore?
I think it is a lot of the old concepts, like playing defensive versus puff, and I always kind of liked the matchup. It's always a matchup I felt like with a lot of characters, a lot of people don't put a lot of time into compared to other characters. Like most people put their time into like my character versus the Spaceys or whatever. I felt like I thought I would think about the Puff matchup a lot because I genuinely enjoyed it. And so when I'd fight Hungrybox, it was like I was always excited to fight him because it was a matchup I enjoyed, and like there's like no other Puffs at that level. So it was like I always look forward to it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do.
I enjoyed it. That's funny because I feel like a lot of people don't.
Yeah. I mean,
wait, do the rest of you guys enjoy the Puff matchup? Out of curiosity.
If I'm playing well, yeah, it's fine. It's a good change of pace.
Yeah, I think it depends on, for me, how the Puff is playing. Like, I like the challenge of like beating HBox, but I don't like the challenge of beating like mid-tier player that camps me on ledge or something.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Puff, it's obvious, gets hate here and there sometimes, but I've personally never been a Puff hater. I think it's a very neutral heavy matchup. I like neutrals, so it's like a different aspect of the game you got to work on, right, for that matchup. So
Yeah, it's like,
I like it.
It's like a lot different. That's another reason why I like it, is like you have to play, at least the way I play it, I guess, like I have to play it so different from every other matchup. It's fun in that way because it's something different, like something I have to approach it differently, and that's fun.
I'm always curious when these sort of like moments in time happen, like when you have like a win over some player, like you beating HBox, and it happens in this kind of like you're playing in this way that's kind of different than how people have played the match in the past, or like I don't know, when N0ne beat Mewtwo I for the first time, obviously at that Canadian, I think that was Gommel. Like, is that for the rest of you guys? Is that like, oh shit, like do you guys pretty much like go and like watch those VODs and like kind of see if there's anything you can steal, or like how does that usually work for the rest of you guys? Like if someone has like some big win, obviously those were like some historic wins at the time, but now it feels like all you guys are beating everybody, so maybe it's kind of balanced out over the years.
I'm definitely a taker. I take from everyone. But I do get envious. My first wave of emotion is envy. I'm like, fuck, like they did it first. God damn it. And then I'm like, well, let's see if I can do it then. If I can like take what they're doing or whatever, make it better.
To be fair, the Mewtwo win, I didn't want to beat him. To be honest, I didn't want to even play that.
You meant to roll, not forward smash. I know.
No. Before the match, I didn't want to play. I was so hungover. I did not want to be there. Yeah.
I thought it was cool how like each of you guys got. Obviously, there was the Shine win for Johnny, and then the camera goes to the crowd. Everyone's got their chairs in the air. That shit was tight. And then Wizzy, you played Mute Kick a lot, obviously, both being from Florida. But like, I don't know, are there like for each of you guys, do you guys have any? I don't know. Maybe the answer is not really anything specific, but just out of curiosity, is there anyone like that you guys really want to beat right now? Are there any like specific goals that any of y'all have, like with regards to like, oh, this is like the next thing that I think would be really cool to do?
I don't like that Zane. I want Zane to lose to Falcon more.
Hey, leave Zane alone, okay?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. You guys are the crew.
We gotta
But to me, it's like the fact that Martha is like beating Falcon is like unholy to me. That should not happen.
Really? Wait. You talk about that. You think Falcon beats Marth?
Yeah. I think Zane's a good player and like he makes it work, but like it's so easy to get Marth off stage, and then like if you can edgeguard him once he's off stage, the matchup is just like piss easy to me. Like because you get a grab, the grab leads to him going off stage, and then you do whatever edgeguard flowchart you got, and then he dies, and he has to like either get lucky with like I don't know. He has to do, to me, Marth has to do a bit more in punish game than Falcon. Falcon can just kind of like sweep him off stage and then do his thing.
You guys agree with that?
No.
I mean, it does feel pretty good when you like it is a matchup where it feels like you'll hit like a down throw knee and Marth will be dead, and it's like, damn, that's all I had to do. So in that way, it's like
damn.
in that way, it can
Right.
feel like maybe this is winning. But I mean, for me right now, my current opinion is like I would give it like slightly to Marth, but I think it's pretty close to even. Like I think it's pretty close to even. But yeah, I don't know. There's times where it feels really good. But
Johnny, you said you think Marth has to work less hard, right?
I said that.
I don't know. I feel like I heard you say that at some point, but I thought you
kind
just
of.
said no.
I just think Marth beats Falcon. That's all. Like the neutral is good for Marth.
Yeah, the neutral is better.
the neutral is really stupid.
Yeah, you can stop knee, Marth, but Marth just has to like grab you a few more times and gimp you off stage. It's not like harder to me or easier. Easiest stop. It's basically as easy as stop knee, like in a lot of spots for Marth. Plus, Marth's dash is really broken too. You can't even like hit him when he's dashing. So.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, that shit sucks. So.
I'm not gonna say names and not put anyone on blast, but there was a point in time that I would not lose to Marth. I would just not lose to Marth. I was teaching Marths how to play the matchups at tournaments. Eventually, the Marths got better and they traded. Things changed, and I think a bit differently of the matchup now. I think it's kind of even-ish, but I do think that with Frozen Stadium, it's Marth favored. I think that stage skews the matchup a bit in Marth's favor, just because of that stage. And in the best of 5, of course, right?
You think we win on the transformations?
On transformations, if it's like normal transformations, Falcon does better in a best of 5 set. Yeah.
Okay. I do think the stages matter a lot.
No.
Marth wins on.
I think Frozen Stadium is like mini FD to me, so I feel like Stadium's good.
Yeah, it's like an amazing
I like FD
stage.
versus Marth, so I think Stadium's good for Falcon too.
I'm scared of that stage. I never go to FD.
You take Marth to FD and you just fucking grill him, and he just has nowhere to escape.
I will say that like when I play my casual tertiary Marth, like if I play a Falcon that really knows how to do the punish game, it does feel miserable. Like you get grabbed and you're like, oh god, come on, I let me get back down to the ground. This is so shit. It feels so bad.
Yeah,
okay,
in neutral. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. Falcon's side B is like almost a perfect Marth counter, because Marth's problem, one of his things is like whiff punish, or you can whiff punish him because he has this long swinging sword, and side B is just like a macro for countering whatever lazy neutral option that opens him up for you.
Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous, like how good. It's funny because side B is like not that good against the other top tiers, and then suddenly against Marth, it's like it's just this thing that the Marth constantly has to look out for. Like if he's not if he forgets about side B at any point,
he can lose a stock. He can lose a stock off of a side B. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get grabbed if you miss, right? But you're gonna get grabbed anyway, so just toss it out.
Yeah.
Oh man, where do you guys see in the next few years? Like, where do you see Falcon going on like a broad level? Do you guys think like I mean, obviously Falcon. You know, we've had there's Smash and Splash. Like Falcon has won a major, but is there gonna be more of that? Like, you know, kind of where do you see the character going? Just really broadly.
I think for me, just because I've been grinding the Smashbox and I've been like seeing all the different techniques you can do there, there's gonna be like a bunch more CC. You know, more than already. You can hold C stick down. Yeah, I'm C stick down, holding down master. So I'm already there.
No,
And
you're
then,
not. No, you're not.
you press down good, but I hold it.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to differentiate real quick.
I'm
Yeah.
holding, I get hit, I'm grabbing.
No.
But so there's more CC, and to me the biggest thing is that opening up Falcon's ground games where you could do like pivot tilts out of your dash dance and just be more threatening on the ground, because not only can you like pivot out of your dash dance, but you can pivot out of like your crouch. So now you're and dash back out of crouch, right? So now your run just becomes a giant dash dance that you can do pretty much anything out of because of the consistency of like being able to do the pivot and shit like that on box. That's what I think. To me, the whole box thing is is very similar to when shield dropping came out. It's like the super good thing that a bunch of top players don't really want to learn because they just don't want to like go into a grind again for new tech skill. But eventually, people come around. Everyone's gonna be boxing.
So, like, you're talking about like pivot, F tilt.
Like, I just mean using box in general for like the consistent inputs. But yeah, through that you get the pivots and like pivot F tilt, down tilt, up tilt. And right now, people don't want to take the time to learn it because you know your fucking results are gonna go down.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I think people come around eventually, just like they came around to shield dropping.
Especially if someone like uses it and gets results with it, and people will be like, "All right."
Oh, that's right. Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you use it and it works, if you use it and it doesn't work,
I
then
can't
people will be
flop
like,
with this.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Wizzy, would you ever consider picking up a box?
I really don't want to, honestly. I mean, on the Goom Wave, you can do like pivot F tilt, pivot up tilt.
Right.
I don't have it set right now because if it messes up your shield drops, I'm pretty certain about that, so I don't use it. I don't know if they're gonna fix that, but I don't know. I really don't. I do worry. Like, I mean, I guess that's why they're doing nerfs to the box so that it'll be on an even playing field. But I just worry about a future where you'll have to use the box. I don't know if it ever will happen. It's just like a hypothetical, but I really want to stay on the GameCube controller personally.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, if I personally had to switch the box, I'd probably just switch over to Street Fighter. For speaking for myself, I don't know. Just if you have like a big device like that, just play traditional. That's me though. I'm speaking for myself. You know,
I'll play SF6 with you, Ed.
dude. In a week, did you see the announcement? Capcom's in that. It's gonna be Street Fighter 6.
Oh, really?
What, in 3-4 days? I forget how many days.
Okay,
It has to be. What else is it
link
gonna
me
be?
that. Link me that after this. Link me that after
Uh-huh.
that. I want to see it.
I got
want to
you.
see it. And another kind of open-ended, another broad question for y'all. Are there any up-and-coming Falcon players that you guys think, who like? Okay, I think we got the 4 best Falcons right here.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be number 5?
Isn't it?
Toph?
Oh,
No.
I was gonna
Universal
say.
Soldier.
Yeah. Oh, he knows. He knows.
Oh.
Universal Soldier.
I've seen him around.
It's a work in progress. He's a work in
Yeah.
progress. I need more lessons from you guys.
I'm available. Just let me know.
Okay, I will.
No, you should hit these guys up. We take turns on you. Okay, that sounds inappropriate. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do know
Yeah.
what you mean. Anyone else besides me? Anyone else that?
I think we
Okay,
should
we
say
draw good.
something.
I like Salts.
Yeah. Oh, Salt's
That
nasty.
guy's pretty good.
That was good. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I think he changed his name, but I was gonna say Android Zero.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Soof.
Yeah.
Soof is really good too.
Yeah, I feel like him.
Andrew, he's so fast and so technical. Holy, I see him like I'd never even thought of these things. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who else is killing it? Like Mech, isn't Mech doing his? He's taking some names right now, right?
He's getting good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Mech and Falcon Dittos, and I was like, plays not like
Pretty
me. I
good.
like it.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I don't know if he thinks so, but
Mhm.
I feel like the techniques he was doing, I was like, I do that.
Mateo here in Toronto is always really good, but he kind of disappears for a while. But he has a lot of potential.
I played him. He's good.
Yeah,
Mateo. He used to go by Plum, right? Is
yeah,
that him?
yeah, that's him.
Yeah. He's always been legit.
Yeah, these are all the players that are gonna replace us one day. We're heading out. We're on our way out now.
We should do a special Johnny video. We should do a Johnny Pop-Offs video. I'll make
Just-
it easier. I'll find the Pop-Offs. I'll link
And
them.
title
Yeah.
it to Johnny. That's the title.
And
to
we're
Johnny.
just gonna rank my 5 favorite Johnny Pop-Offs. Yeah. I have them in my head. I actually know what they are. Is that one Super Nebs where you beat Nintendo, then you ran to the other room, the chair thing. Mutating when that was more everyone else's chairs, a lot of different chairs. Punching Wizzy. There's another really good one. Wizzy, do you forgive Johnny for punching you in the arm?
Yes.
That's a nice.
Thanks
That's
for
the
your
closure.
business.
That's the closure we needed.
Man, this game is gonna miss us when
half pop off, half punch at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So it was no hard feelings.
this community is gonna miss the Falcons when we all retire and we're all long gone.
I know.
Never forget what you have. You never forget what you. How do you say it in English? I'm thinking in Spanish right now.
You don't know what you have till it's gone.
You don't know what you have till you lose it.
Okay.
That sounded weird, but yeah.
Beautiful. No, that was perfect.
Converting from Spanish, yeah.
That was perfect.